That was when Sayer became convinced that every patient had a different trigger hidden deep inside them, and as long as he could find it, there was still a chance to bring them back. But among all those patients, there was one man Sayer could never seem to reach. His name was Leonard. His entire body had been locked rigid for 30 years. As a child, he had been exceptionally bright, but at the age of 11, the symptoms first appeared, and eventually, he lost consciousness completely. Now past the age of 40, he still relied entirely on the care of his aging mother, whose hair had long since turned white. Sayer used medical equipment to examine Leonard's brain. The scan showed almost nothing, no activity, no response. But the moment Sayer called out Leonard's name, the brain waves suddenly surged. Sayer tried asking him to spell his own name on a letterboard, but instead of writing Leonard, he spelled out someone else's name. After looking into it, Sayer discovered it belonged to a writer. So he began reading the writer's books himself, hoping to understand what was happening inside Leonard's mind, because deep down, he never believed these patients were truly gone. Then one day, during a medical lecture on Parkinson's disease, Sayer heard about a newly developed drug called L-Dopa. The medication could temporarily help Parkinson's patients regain normal movement. The moment he heard about it, Sayer became obsessed with the possibility. He even followed the lecturer into the restroom just to ask more questions. He needed to know whether the drug could help his patients too. But the scholar had no interest in wasting time on something that offered no benefit to him, so he refused to help Sayer. Sayer then brought his theory to the hospital administrators, but they warned him not to make conclusions without evidence. Still, after fighting for the opportunity, he finally secured approval for an experimental trial. On one condition, he first had to get written consent from the patients' families. Sayer went to Leonard's mother and asked for permission to let her son try the drug. Even though he had no idea what the outcome might be, he knew this could be their only chance.
What's there here for him after all these years?
You.
Leonard's mother fell silent. After caring for her son for 30 years, how could she not long to hear him call her mom one more time? And in that moment, she signed the consent form. The experiment officially began. At first, Sayer gave Leonard 200 milligrams of L-Dopa, but there was no reaction whatsoever. So he increased the dosage to 400 milligrams. Still nothing. Finally, Sayer decided to take a risk. He raised the dosage all the way to 1,000 milligrams. After giving Leonard the medication, Sayer was too anxious to leave his side, so he stayed the night beside Leonard's bed. But sometime in the middle of the night, Sayer suddenly woke up and realized Leonard was gone. Panicked, he searched everywhere for him. And then finally, he found Leonard sitting awake at the desk. After decades trapped inside endless darkness, Leonard had finally found his way back to the light.